Alright, it's March 20th, 2023. I'm doing my daily review of the ES. And, okay, let's get started. I'm going to go over the context in the higher time frame first. So we opened in what was high in range. See what we're in that range. Came back, tested up to 39.90, or one tick away from that, 89.75. Came back down, tested right around here. And yeah, I'm not quite sure why this thing isn't giving me daily. It's annoying it does that. Okay, there it goes. I didn't know what that was all about. So we open here. It's our open, 54.50. So we opened high in range. So we go here. Here's two scenarios for higher in range. So we didn't have, that doesn't look like what happened here. So I'm going to okay, let me look here again. Yeah, because we opened here. That's high in range. Although to me it looks more like that. The overnight high or low broken 96% of the time. Naked VPOC broken 68% of the time. Gap closed 73%. I didn't see much of a gap. For night high is favored by 26%. Okay, and we did that. Pretty sure there's your overnight high. There that goes. Overnight high. So it broke that around right around there. Okay, so we have the idea going on here. So what I did on my trade today here, okay, not too long after the open. So I figured, okay, responsive selling, and then, you know, based on looking at this context, I was thinking, okay, we would test up into, you know, into this volume here. You know, and there's that naked V pocket, 94.75. We didn't quite make it. No, ours today, it ended up being 82. Let me see at the end. Looks like 72. But there's 82. And look where it is right now. Getting back into this overnight. Oh no, it's a replay. Let me see what happened in the last few minutes here. So we're looking at 94 as that naked VPOC. So we had this for Friday. So it was kind of down here, and that's kind of around where I made my move up, because I was kind of looking at the scenario of here's from Thursday, and you see we keep getting higher lows with this. Prices continued to move higher. Friday we had it come down and balance out and test around where we have all this going on around 30. And just the way that it's shaped, it kind of looked like, we would be looking at where Thursday is, because we opened up right on top of this naked VPOC here. And then we're looking at, we'll call that, 94.75. You can see that orange line up there, 94.75. Hasn't been touched yet. See, right now we're at 90 ETH session. So let's go into, so let's look at my trade I did here. Okay, so this is, it didn't show up on my label, but that's where that naked VPOC was. Let's look at the number again. So we have, we'll call that 47.75, I guess, thereabouts. So we're looking, right around here. So I was in somewhere right around here, where it had tested. We had the stuff going on overnight. We had this stuff happening from Friday. So I caught part of that up move. So here, entry. See stop divergence below common area for retail stocks. This also could have been that at the mid. I think my settings were slightly off. I had to go in and take care of those technical issues, but the higher time frame and what was going on here gave me a decent idea. So we got a absorption at this bid liquidity. We tested below here, we got a stop divergence. So we have some stops taken. We see it, so we see the sellers getting weaker here. We just had some bid liquidity fill. So there's my entry, my 2-lot, 3-point scale at the VPOC. We start to go up here. I had originally planned on it maybe going up into, right up there, 74. I was going to see how far it went, but then, I had a nice profit here. I saw ask liquidity absorb here, the large green bubble, sell absorption. So that is where I got out. So that wasn't a bad yield, because see, look, that's 476. See, I scaled my 137.50. Then I got another 350 on top of that. That was a good trade. I would be happy with that if that were real money. That's a pretty good day. Then we start to see the stop divergence. 165, little bitty numbers. 190 plus that liquidity. Plus we're getting to some of these. So I figured, hey, that's good enough for this particular trade, and I'm going to look for another one. See, I can get a decent yield right there. So I figured, okay, the order flow is telling me, here, look for your chance for price to turn around. We got some bid liquidity filled, some large bid liquidity. And this is telling me that's not a huge amount, but it's substantial enough where it could backfire on me, and I have a profit. I take it now. It's part of my risk management I'm working on. Why would I have a pretty good yield right there, so I can stop there and wait for another. Which it went up a lot higher than that, so we're looking at that. There were a few of those opportunities just getting aligned with the longs. Look, this was another great opportunity here. More liquidity filled. Is very fast though. That wouldn't be easy. You would have to recognize that right away and go boom. You blink and it's too late. So that's very high speed. You'd have to be skilled to or have your limit order placed beforehand. If you're really good, you would see the potential of this. This pops up beforehand, and then you're going, hey, this is the same as this other liquidity, so I'm going to put a limit order to go long right here. 50. Oh no, except see, if you'd used 3 points, then you would have gotten stopped out, so that would have failed doing it that way. You kind of have to go, okay, here it's testing the low again. The bid liquidity just filled. Chance to go long again. So I was right in here, 637 is 638. 638, that's where I'm at. I'm somewhere right in here, and then I get up to, where was it, 58.75. So yeah, there. See, so I'm going from this bid liquidity fill. I'm in right here. I'm going up past all this. I'm scaled here. I start here. I'm scaled right here. And then I go up to this one. And you can kind of see why. Why would that be a good place to get out? Look at this activate right here. So that's showing me, I saw that, then I clicked the button, and then I think I was out somewhere around here. What was that, 59.75? Oh, 58.75, it came down a little. Let me check the timestamp of that. 6:41. So 6:41, 12 seconds. Yeah, so where exactly did I stop? Yeah, so I'm gone here. Yeah, so this is where I'm out. So I see this come on, goes a little higher, but I'm out right here, 58.75, which is and then you see what happened after this sell liquidity. We went higher. But look, this is all a stop divergence here. Yeah, look at that stop divergence, 190, 25, 1, 53, 6, 8. And then it comes back down quite a bit. And so we're looking at that right there. Comes back down to where this liquidity was at 50. And on other days, that's been an important number. That sounds like one of the numbers also that could be involved with options. I don't know all that much about options. But, you know, you have these numbers that goes in fives and zeros. So you might have 45, you might have 50 or 55, 60. You know, a lot of these numbers go in tens. Look at that, 70. So you have these numbers going in tens, and sometimes you see this large liquidity. Look, 75, that's another one. 80, not much there. Look, 4,000 again, the all day was sitting there, never got up there. But look at this. If you know what's going on, that's another great opportunity to get long once you see this. You're seeing all this bid liquidity get absorbed here. So you're seeing this buy absorption. So you have all this activity going on. And it's not quite done yet. So if you had gotten in here right at 50, no, you just might have been taken out if you had filled right there. But if you recognized, hey, this is a retested down here, looks like that's right the point where it dipped a little bit, but you had that liquidity. Oh wow, that's a beautiful move right there. Look at that. You know, and you have your retail stops up here again. You have that test down. The higher time frame is suggesting it could be up. It's only maybe. I try to keep that in my head, like, you know, we're looking at something in the past. The order flow is what's happening right now. That's a beautiful move. You can go here and be done. You know, there's a little liquidity. It's not much going on. You know, you can be up here and be like, you know, well, I don't know if this is mean reversion right now or not. If I go from here, I get up here. That's really good. So you could take it off right there. You're running more than just a 2 lot. You know, you'd be scaled. You know, it could take some profit. If you got a third contract, you can let it, you know, put a stop. You know, if I don't know how you would figure this out exactly. There's a structure. It could be, I'm going to put my stop here. Maybe it dings it right here, takes you out. Maybe it's just barely enough. You can get up here and take off a little more. So with that 66.50, you can get another couple of points here. Look, more stop divergence, more orders getting filled on this bid liquidity. Or is it? Well, yeah. Yeah, look at that. It looks like it's doing it. You're getting filled right there. And let's look overall, where did it end for the day? So we got up here to 90. And remember, looking at the higher time frame stuff going on, we have 94.75 as a target. Look, we have so this line here, that's supposed to be your developing VPOC. Similar to what you have on Bookmap. So we have 85. Look where 85 is. 85 ended up being 85 ended up being kind of a resistance until later. So it came back up, tested it, went back down, took out the VWAP mid, came back, made a high. It touched the high again. And see, where did we close? So RTH close. No, we're right around we close at RTH close 84.75. So that's right in that 85 I was showing on this higher time frame. So we look at that, see the shape it's forming. Here's this high volume node. And there's a previous volume point of control. Just a tiny bit above that. You can see, you look over to the right where the line is. You can see how that, in fact, let me draw something here at 85. Illustrate it a little more clearly. Look at that. See how it tests here? Tests 85. That's right where there was a previous volume point of control there. You have 94. That's your high volume. That's your volume point of control from Thursday. Then see, it formed kind of a head and shoulders here, came down. That was accepted as the new price there, 47.75. So we had this scenario here kind of turned into a, a little more favorable towards the upside. You see how it could be seen as mean reversion too. It's kind of mean reversion, but besides for this one down move, it's you see who's in control here. It's the buyers mostly, and then here it's not as clear, but that you can kind of just glance at it and be like, who's in control right now. Looks to me like the buyers. That's a really sweet counter trend move if you can get that. Very nice. But it looks like long. That's not that bad of a long move there. There you are again, right? The VPOC, long. And that's testing into yesterday's prices. It just couldn't, Thursday's prices. And it didn't quite have what it needed to, I shouldn't say it like that. It just didn't it didn't end up getting to 94.75. And that's still on the table. That could be tomorrow or overnight, tonight at some point. But yeah, that's what I was working on today, and I broke it down. Let's look at economic news. There weren't any big news events today. There was for Europe. U.S. dollar, you have these two little small fry events. They're not a big deal. Now you have the Aussie dollar, you have the Euro dollar. It's about all you have. Uh, well, I think that's a pretty good breakdown of what I was looking at, what I was doing. I'm still working on that statistical study I was talking about on Saturday's video. So I still have some more work on that. And for now, that's about all that I'm working on. So that was a good trade today. I kept out of FOMO stuff, once I wasn't able to read it. Oh, really? I could have taken more because I saw like this one potentially, because it tested back to here, right where we started at the beginning, and everything was still pointing towards this looks like long is more favorable. So that I kind of saw that by the time it got to here, I really saw it. We have a good stop divergence right here. So looking at 444, 169, 80, 128, so on. Look at all these little numbers right here. So I could draw an oval like right here. And look at that. And then we had the VPOC moved lower though. So I may have bailed, if I had gotten in here. 60, I might have figured, hey, I'm at 65. I've scaled already. I would have scaled by that if I had gotten in somewhere here or here. I would have bailed. I might have gone in here after seeing this. 1915 down to 195. That shows me, okay, you're running out of stops to fuel to the downside. So if I had gotten in somewhere roughly here, I might have scaled and, walked away with the money here. A scale plus 7.5 points, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. If I had been able to see the context more, I might have been, this VPOC shift would have gotten me. Because I would have been looking at, okay, maybe it could come up and test something right here. Maybe somewhere between, here and here probably. But I probably would have bailed here because that VPOC shifts down and you're going, okay, this is, we have something different going on than looking at that. Change of plans suddenly. So that would be like, okay, I'm taking the money, getting out of here. Okay, well I think that's a decent review for tonight. So gonna get back on it tomorrow. Just keep on at it every day. All right, have a good night.